Hey, it's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. Quick little video. I've got apples, and I was hoping to make apple juice this year because I was able to purchase, thanks to my friend Elaine, I was able to purchase a nice new, well, it was used, apple press. It's beautiful, but it's very heavy, and I wasn't able to get it out where I needed to. So applesauce it is. So I'm going to just show you, I've got my applesauce in here. I've got my water bath warmed up. You go ahead and turn that on to high. And I began taking out quart jars from my washer machine. So I'm going to get out the last 3 and then I'm ready to go. Wow, that was an interesting little bird. Now I used to wash my jars by hand, and then I would put them in boiling water like they say, but for years and years now, and I think that's how they suggest it, so go ahead and do that. But for many years, because I wash mine before I store them upside down in boxes. Actually boxes that I usually get from Costco that are the ones that hold like peaches and that are kind of flat. I put them down and then I can stack those boxes really neatly. They hold a lot of jars, and maybe one day I'll show you how I have organized that upstairs. But for now, let's get the applesauce going. It's not too hot. I'll show you another trick. Okay, I know you won't be able to see all of me and all this. Maybe I can back this up actually. There we go. Yeah, I think that's better. And so I'm just going to begin filling these. A long time ago I learned instead of using a dipper, which is what I used to use to fill these, I use my 4 cup measuring cup. It works really good. Microwave just went off. I'll show you what I'm going to get out of there. This is my bowl of hot water that I'll put the lids in. I guess they say you don't need to do this anymore, but I always do it. It just softens the rubbers, and I like doing that. There we go. Okay. So, the jars I just took out so they're nice and warm. The applesauce, of course, is warm. That's good. Smells really good. Isn't this fast? The canner will hold 7 quarts. Doesn't look like I'm going to get 7 quarts. I need a rubber spatula. But I might be going to get I'm going to get 6, and I have a pint. Sorry about that. I also have a pint prepared. So let's just scrape this down. There's a lot of peeling yesterday going on. Let's see how much we get. How's that doing? Don't want it to get too hot. Lift this up. Goodness, I might have a quart. Could be a pint. Woo! Almost overfilled that. Did overfill it a little bit, actually. There we go. This little tiny bit that's left in the pan, that will go nice for breakfast. Then wipe off the lids. Make sure that they're all nice and clean. I do this twice. When I'm making things like applesauce, I don't use vinegar. Just water, because these things don't have oil. I'm going to rinse this one more time. Got it real scotched right there. I'll show you the final thing I like to do. I just wet my hands. So the most sensitive tool we have. Wipe the tops, making sure there's nothing on them. And there wasn't. lights go on. Hot water. My rings that I put on my string. Don't hear the dishwasher finishing. They say to do these finger tight, but I'm not very strong. So I put mine on pretty snug. If you happen to be a man out there, or a very strong woman, again, you don't have to do them too tight. A little air has to escape during the canning process. Oh, that's not good. Okay, this jar, the lid doesn't fit. I'll take care of that later. Oops. I'll have to get another jar. And now we got a little applesauce on this. This is the rack. If you haven't ever seen one before, this keeps your jars from touching each other, and these will fold in, but it helps you lift the jars out. Always put them on opposite sides to begin with to balance them. Okay, drop it down. Perfect. Put on the lid. I'm going to turn this on, get it to boil for 30 minutes, and then take them out. We'll have 7 new jars of applesauce ready for this winter. That's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. I want to pray blessing on you and yours, in your house and out of your house, in the day and the night. Whatever you do, keep dreaming. Provide as much things as you can that you've made yourself. I want to encourage you to do that. You know what goes in it then. Like these were apples from our apple tree that got picked. I just peeled them, not all of them, a few probably half I didn't. And so I want to tell you, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I want to tell you about that. The fiber from the apples is really good for you. So half, maybe a little bit more than that, I just cut into chunks off the core and threw it in my blender. I have a Vitamix, a strong one with a plunger, and I plunge that down till it really becomes a sauce. So the skins are in there, you can't see them, you can't feel them, but they give you that fiber. Fiber's good to keep your digestive system going, but it's also good to slow down the absorption of sugars, so you don't get a big sugar rush, or if you're diabetic, your sugar doesn't spike so much, because it can really spike on things like this if you don't have any fiber in it. So I do that, I put that in my pan to begin warming, And then the last thing I did was I began cutting small little chunks of apples. I would peel them, chunk them, because I like a little bit of chunks in my applesauce. Maybe you like yours smooth, that's okay too. And then I put that in last, and then I just simmered it on low, maybe 2 on my stove, till it gets good. I add sugar and cinnamon to taste. I like mine a little bit tart. And that's it. It is easy, you know, because I have almost everything here, at least the main thing. The apples grow for free, and I do always keep sugar and cinnamon. So this will be wonderful this winter, next spring, next summer, before we get more apples fresh. I just want to encourage you, do what you can, and what you can't, don't worry about. It's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. I want to pray blessings on you and yours, in your house, out of your house, in the day and the night. Whatever you do, keep dreaming.